Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates. And today we have some very awesome and incredible information that you guys are going to absolutely love. So stick around for this one. Make sure, if you guys can, that you join us at Flight Sim Expo 2023. That's right, Overkill Simulations is going to be present this year, guys, at the Lone Star Museum in Houston, Texas. If you guys are interested in joining us there, be sure to check down the description below. There is a coupon code that can save you guys a bit of money using my personal reference to get you there. Again, that'll save you a bit of cash in your Flight Sim Expo 2023 experience. This is going to be June 23rd through the 25th of 2023. Again, in Houston, Texas, at the Lone Star Flight Museum. I went a few years ago in Las Vegas, and they are an absolute great time. There's some very, very informative and educational seminars to help better your flight simming experience, as well as a ton of developers of both hardware and software that you guys actually get to try out, essentially a try before you buy experience, as well as talking with the developers themselves and finding out what the products are all about. So again, guys, it's going to be Flight Sim Expo 2023 in Houston, Texas. I hope to see you guys all there. Don't forget to use my coupon code that you can find down in the description below. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining me on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides as well as any future guides that come along down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below, and thank you to all of my current subscribers. First up, you guys, is the highly anticipated ATR. We have been talking about this for such a long time now. Remember, you guys, this one was sort of it's going to be a point of contention for some, given the fact that Blackbird Simulations, formerly Milviz, was working on their own version of the ATR, and then the Hartmann's ATR, in conjunction or in collaboration with Microsoft themselves and Asobo, sort of took over the game there and put Milviz in a situation where they felt they needed to halt their own development. However, even though the terms of which that happened obviously aren't the best, this is an incredibly anticipated aircraft we've all been waiting for, and it is finally being released. We should see this aircraft releasing on next Tuesday. That would be April the 25th. Now, guys, this is also supposed to be a very high fidelity or very complex aircraft that is going to be released to the simulator. So this shouldn't be any kind of, plane on rails type of aircraft that normally we see from the default release of Microsoft or the marketplace. This one is supposed to be, again, very high fidelity, very complex, with in-depth system modeling, as well as flight modeling and overall texture development that's been done on this particular aircraft. Obviously, I'm still not happy about what happened with the Blackbird Simulations version, but I will definitely be picking this aircraft up. It is a super, super fun aircraft. I've flown it in other simulators, and it's definitely great for those flights that I personally like to take, out in the Caribbean and things like that, the shorter runways, the more obscure areas of the world that are kind of harder to get to. This is definitely a prime plane for those type of flights. So this is going to definitely be a fun one. I really hope that the version release of this aircraft meets all the hype that has been brought up to it, because again, I mean, you guys can, everything that I just pointed out, this is going to be a very big one, and it has been very, very highly anticipated. Again, should release on April the 25th. That's going to be next Tuesday, guys, so stay tuned for more on that, because we'll definitely be flying this one. Orbux took us all by surprise when they just announced the release of their Blackwing 635RG. The 635RG is an incredibly fast and very lightweight aircraft in its genre of planes, if you will, with a top speed of 223 knots. Features the Garmin 3000 touchscreen controllers, or touchscreen monitors, if you will, for your avionics suite, as well as you guys can see the radio stacks there. You have a couple of different variants, everything from the GMA 345, the GNC 225, and the GTX 345 transponder. So a very, very updated aircraft. I really like the overall layout. I like that it's a stick flight aircraft, especially center stick, with the forward folding canopy. I think the forward folding canopy, like what you see in the F-35 and the F-22, is really cool. I really like that look. It is a slick, fast looking aircraft, and it definitely meets the way it looks. This is an aircraft, again, we are going to be checking out here now. It comes right around 29 Australian dollars, which I believe, don't quote me, but puts it right around 23, 24 US. I could be off on that, so forgive me if I am, guys. But I believe that's what that should put that ballpark right around. So for its overall capabilities, it matches its price point perfectly. The beautiful part about this is that Orbix worked directly with Blackwing. They worked with the actual manufacturer of the aircraft to using real-world CAD drawings provided by Blackwing to make sure that the modeling and texturing of the aircraft was on par, as well as working with them in regards to flight model and characteristics. So again, this is another very high fidelity aircraft, at least is what it's anticipated to be based on the reviews and the information that's been provided on the aircraft thus far. So again, another really hot aircraft that's been added to the scene here, very general aviation, while maintaining sort of a sporty, fast feel. One of the cooler things that I like about it is it sort of brings that sporty aircraft feel and then the overall performance of something like the TBM 930. You get the fast, high altitude capability while maintaining the general aviation feel of the aircraft. Now, I get it. It's the new way of the world. I do wish that we would get more aircraft with the steam gauges, the touchscreen controllers, and the glass cockpits. For me, they just get old, but I need to catch up with the times, apparently, because that is absolutely the way of the future. We know it is. We've seen it with modern day aircraft, everything from military to general aviation, and I totally get it. It's just, I don't know, it takes kind of the fun out of it. I miss the old gauges, but it is definitely a gorgeous looking aircraft. I really like the way this one looks. It looks absolutely, just like I said, it looks sporty. It looks like a sports car in the air. So, another fun-looking aircraft, guys. Let me know what you guys think of it if you choose to pick it up. We will be picking it up on the channel, but probably going to wait a couple days to make sure everything looks good. A link to this article, as always, will be found in the description below, and I highly recommend you guys read this one. This is on FS Elite. That is the Black Square Simulation has announced the Beachcraft 60 Duke. Now, I highly recommend, again, that you guys go ahead and click the link, give this one a read, or just pause the screen here and you guys can read through it. But it gives some very cool insight into the Black Square Simulations founder and lead developer and how basically he got going with all of this. For those of you who don't know, Black Square Simulations is also the one who does all of the steam gauge overhauls that we've seen, for example, with the Baron, the Bonanza, the Caravan, and the King Air. So very, very well done work. As you guys know, he goes way beyond just putting in steam gauges. It goes into everything from the flight characteristics, electrical behavior, hydraulic behavior. I mean, really dives in deep to it and really completely remakes the avionics and the back end functionality of the aircraft, as well as does quite a few more tweaks beyond that. Now, the 60 Duke is a 6-place twin-engine pressurized fixed-wing aircraft so it's going to be very similar, again, to your King Air, to the Caravan, to the TBM 930. There is a turboprop version of the aircraft as well. So we're going to have a wonderful time with this one. This is one I'm really excited for. I love these types of aircraft. They're just, I don't know if it's just the nostalgia of it or the overall shape. They just feel very airplane-y. I love the twin engine aircraft. The twin engine aircraft are always fun. I like that we can see here, some of these images are a little hard. They're so small. But you can see we're definitely rocking more of that steam gauge feeling, again, because of its development era. If you guys look here, 1968 to 1983. So again, stepping back in time, not dealing with so much of the, glass cockpits that we're seeing now and all the modern avionics, sort of back to our roots again with when it comes to this kind of aircraft. And so I'm super excited for this one. Now, obviously, there's no mention of any kind of release date or anything like that yet. I mean, again, we can tell by the images that are rendered here, it's still, again, in very early development. But this is my kind of plane. This is the kind of planes I want to see more of, is this era. Interesting fact that they point out here in the article that I thought was really cool was the reason why the 60 Duke, unfortunately, is so rare now, especially, but even was rare back then, was because of the fact that I guess it was very, very high maintenance and the parts were very, very high cost. So luckily, we don't have to worry about it in simulation unless he decides to model some sort of economic system where we have to pay to fly it. Let's hope not. Knock, knock. But anyway, I want you guys to be aware of this because I thought this was really good information. Black Square has done some absolutely amazing stuff with the, again, the steam gauge overhaul aircraft. So the fact that they're going ground up with a plane, super excited for this one. Super excited for this one. All right, now this one, guys, I'm going to be very, very brief on this one because I want you guys to watch it for yourself. It's actually really cool. It shows the Avro Vulcan development and how the sounds were recorded. You actually get to see them. This is a very, very great interview, or not interview, but a briefing by the developer where he explains how the sounds are being taken and developed from the real world aircraft. You actually get to see them on camera next to the real plane inside the cockpit, talking about how every single sound and switch was being recorded as quickly as they could. Sounds like they actually ran out of time in order to get it all done in the day that they were doing it. But they've really gone above and beyond with this thing. And I just wanted to share this one with you. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I want you guys to watch it. A link to this video will be down in the description below, but I thought it was super cool and wanted to share that with you guys. Finally, on our list here, you guys, this is the trailer for the Astro 1 from Got Friends. Now, we're actually going to be doing another video on this little aircraft. I've already done one review. Make sure you guys check it out. It's last couple videos here. Real easy to find on my channel. This aircraft is so much fun. I was laughing hysterically. Now, I flew it in VR and with a motion simulator, motion pit. But it was an absolutely incredible experience. We're going to be doing a video on this racetrack that they have available, as well as talking about all the features and capabilities of the aircraft and how it was developed. This thing is only $10 US on their website, you guys. It's a little, basically you're flying a drone, 4-prop drone aircraft, actually 8-prop, I guess would be 8-prop 4-point drone. But it's intense, you guys. It is so intense. Just take a look at this video and you guys will absolutely, hopefully, catch the gist on how this thing flies. I have so far taken mine through the Grand Canyon. I've taken it around the Caribbean, and I've run once through this racetrack, and it is it's a wild ride. So I wanted to make sure that I actually pointed this one out to you guys once again. I highly recommend that you guys check this one. It was an absolutely fun aircraft. Again, $10 US on their website. I'll have the purchase link down in the description below. As always, my friends, I hope you guys have enjoyed and found this news video to be useful, brought you some information that hopefully makes you guys happy and excited for the simulator. As always, enjoy your weekend, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in the next one.